Hello everybody, welcome back. And here's what happened last time.
Purely based on their conversations with me, who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardemex?
Marcel.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you. They said the person they're putting on trial for Fatui Harbin
What?
has been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
Well, partner, what do you think we should do?
You can go to Irenaeus while I'll go investigate that place. I'm confident in my combat abilities.
Expected of my partner.
This is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia.
Uh-oh.
Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is the head of Confrérie of Cabriere.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid.
Oh
Miss
boy.
Navia and attorneys,
Okay.
please take your places on the court.
This is happening. This is really happening.
Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial. Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now
Oh
arrived,
no.
Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful.
Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even
Farina's like, not enough theatrics for me. More dramatic, please.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
We're doing this again.
Spina di Rosula
Okay.
hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabriere. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. They found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries.
Okay.
These are the known facts about the case.
Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time.
Right.
However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information. Assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
Clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself, but now it is clear that the
That's
clothes
right.
prove that there was a third person at the scene.
Navia, I'm trying my best here. Okay, there we go.
The victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. Unfortunately for Jacques,
This is for real a trial.
already considered this plan and had sent out another assassin. Realizing this,
Ooh.
the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This
Get him, Navia.
is the true version of events.
Nice. Look at those scales.
So that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something
Oh, dang. She's got some drip.
Primordial Sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Marcel's like, yeah, that's great. And I had nothing to do with it, I swear.
You are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal to prove your innocence.
But I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
He does make a point.
I ask some questions. In my opinion, we primarily need to determine 2 things. 1, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. At At least not at this very moment.
We're working on it. Oh my gosh.
Evidence you should just go home.
I don't like her. I do not like this woman. She is very mean.
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time.
That's a
regardless of age
good
or
call
gender.
there, Navia.
Makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a
Ooh,
reasonable
yes. We're
investigative
doing this.
She's scared.
Farina is acting pretty different today. She seems so supportive.
He's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
Maybe.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callis explain himself in court?
At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits,
Mhm.
and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Oh.
Once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What? Guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right.
Yeah, after you disappeared though.
What would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence
Wow.
in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist.
Your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
Indeed.
Do you have any proof?
Of course, all you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand.
Yeah, ask her.
During the duel, did you believe that Callis was intending to die?
Yes, I did. I hereby swear on my name and honor
Wow.
as a champion duelist that Mr. Callis never intended to leave the ring alive.
Amazing. I mean, really sad, but
Since
the evidence there.
testimony,
Amazing.
I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
Yeah, Farina different today for real.
However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques
Mhm.
and Callis. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified.
And Marcel was at
The culprit
both
could
places.
only time their actions so
Kinda
precisely
sus.
if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel
That's
attended
right.
both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most
Oh.
common traits.
Being impulsive is one of her most endearing traits.
Need to appeal to pathos.
I will
Oh, yeah,
try to
get him,
prove
Silver.
points one by one. But even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Oh no.
You can say to that. I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your
Oh,
reasoning
no.
is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again.
Oh no.
There's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I
Oh,
stepped
no.
foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, Demoiselle. This was my mistake.
Oh no.
No, it's not your fault.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational.
No. He wanted us to live our own life, Marcel. You don't know anything.
Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability
Aw.
to search for the truth. While that
Yeah, get him, Navia.
has long been taken from them. Families were destroyed by synth abuse. The people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher?
Huh.
Oh, so you do.
Yeah! Get him!
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've
Right.
even heard of.
That's a normal reaction to have, Marcel.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Oh my gosh, just when it's getting spicy. Alright, we're back in the synth production base. Ooh. Alright, I'm... Traveler, love you so much, but... Is it just me, or is the Hydro Traveler not great? That's better. Whoa. This is so cool. It's like we're at the aquarium. It's just a lot scarier.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way.
I'm thinking we're probably gonna have to fill up this place with water. Nice. Wow.
Now the path is clear. Let's go. We finally made it to the innermost sanctum.
Ooh.
Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, he's being charged by Navia as we speak.
That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help Navia.
Yeah. Alright, time to do some investigating. Okay, we got something over here.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23,
Oh,
and 24 were dissolved.
Paimon's face right now. Calm down, Paimon.
We'll try your best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before. How could someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone?
Right?
The rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
The goal of the researcher is to save his lover, a woman called Vacher, who was dissolved.
That's why he did all of these experiments.
Interesting.
Did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
There's another name here, Vacher.
Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
He's the researcher?
You mean Vacher is the one who did all of these... experiments?
Yes, he signed off on a bunch of experiment reports. The voice I heard from the fountain was probably Vacher. Oh.
That's it! Vacher was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
There must be more than meets the eye.
Paimon will write it all down. It's a bunch of really cute things. Pink accessories,
Aw.
a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
Cute. There's a name, too.
Paimon sees it too, but
Oh.
why are all these cute things
That's
labeled
creepy.
different
Wait, this is actually super creepy.
You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here, and then they were turned into water, and all the boxes of things. These names.
Oh.
That means
Oh, Lumine looks mad. I love it. This is super dark. It's so creepy.
nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes.
Yeah, get him, Paimon.
Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
Probably related to his and Jacques' case.
Yep. It's about finding someone
Ooh.
to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it. This should
Dang.
prove the existence of the third person. We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable.
Yikes.
The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely. I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems
Oh,
like we
boy.
had a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
They plan this well in advance.
They're all just so evil.
I'm wondering if Vacher is Marcel. Like they're the same person, but he just changed his identity at some point to avoid detection, maybe? I don't know.
Basin over here, and it's full of water.
This must be water from the primordial sea.
This is where they make all the sin. And that special water is the main ingredient. Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
These bottles look so magical. They look so delicious. Look at them.
There's so much synth here. And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea.
There's so many.
Mixing in progress. Ready to drink. Stock sample? Whoa, there's even fruit flavored synth?
Whoa. That definitely proves that this is where they produce synth.
Super.
Super obvious. Who really is this Vacher?
We haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Nervalette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago.
That's what I'm saying.
Bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit.
Clever, but maybe not clever enough. Let's look again.
Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either. Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
Perhaps some synth? I found it?
Really? Let Paimon see.
Yeah, let's see. It's a journal.
Isn't that Vacher's lover's name?
Yes, it is.
Then you found her diary.
Her diary!
It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet, too. Oh, Paimon feels even worse for her now.
Take a look at this page. She made a list of baby names. I can't read any of these.
But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of them? The final name she decided on was Marcel. Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vacher and Venier's grown son?
Whoa. Let's go, Paimon.
Hey! Paimon still hasn't figured it out yet.
Oh my gosh.